holiday. Oh, life could be a dream if I could take you up in paradise up above.
Only positive music on the Savage Nation. Listener called, very upset that I'm negative. We'll do the...
Parallel to the meeting of the world leaders, they were holding an international non-governmental forum on the environment that brought together people from 180 countries, and it was at that other forum that they decided to create a global non-governmental environmental organization. In order to watch and to monitor what is happening and what the governments are doing and whether they are actually living up to their commitments. So they discussed who should be the founder, the founding president of this organization, and by that time I had stepped down as president of the Soviet Union, and they asked me. I received a cable from them. They reminded me of my own proposal that I had made in a similar international forum in Moscow 2 years before, when I proposed that an organization similar to Red Cross should be created for the environment. And so they said, well, Mr. Gorbachev, now let's act. At that time, I was not in very good spirits. I had gone through a great deal. I'd had to step down as president, but nevertheless, by that time I had concluded that the environmental problems really must have priority, and I agreed. So that's how the organization began to emerge. Then we met in Kyoto, and in Kyoto I was a kind of founding president, a kind of dictator. I invited the representatives of different countries, outstanding leaders from different countries, environmentalists, former political leaders, scholars, scientists, writers, religious leaders. And in Kyoto in 1993, after a very lively debate and difficult debate, we created the Green Cross International.
At the same time, I think you've indicated on occasion that, in fact, the breakup of the USSR, of the Union, was not something that you had expected, and you didn't really welcome that. You would like the Union to stay in being, would you?
Indeed, that is so. But the reasons for the breakup of the Union were all internal.
These are strange words to our ears in modern times. Collectivism is a word that was used quite freely in books of a few decades ago, but it's a word that's been lost to us today. Roughly defined, it is the concept that government is the solution, the proper solution for most of man's problems. So a collectivist, and this is not a technical definition, but it's a pretty good substitute. A collectivist is a person who believes that if you have a problem and you want to improve society in any way, that the solution should be through government action, through coercion, using laws to bring these things about, and if necessary to sacrifice individuals or minorities, if necessary for the greater good of society. And you find this philosophy embedded in some of the rather dreaded philosophies or tyrannies of our recent history, like communism and Nazism and fascism, are all based on these principles of sacrificing individuals, if necessary, for the greater good of the greater number.
How can you justify all this?
Not looking at the big picture, Stan. Here's a scenario. You have the power to cure all the world's diseases, but the price for this is that you must kill a single innocent child. Could you kill that child, Stanley?
No.
You disappoint me.
It is a choice, Wesley, that each of us must face. To remain ordinary, pathetic, beat down, coasting through a miserable existence, like sheep herded by fate. Or you can take control of your own destiny and join us, releasing the caged wolf you have inside. Our purpose is to maintain stability in an unstable world. Kill one, save 1,000. Within the fabric of this world, every life hangs by a thread. We are that thread, a fraternity of assassins with weapons of fate. This is the decision that lies before you now. The sheep or the wolf? The choice is yours.
Brief common purpose.
A few words on it.
Yeah, okay.
Well, common purpose is, again, a more up-to-date version of the worldwide conspiracy. But this is not something that's modern. You know, the common purpose movement is basically rooted in the old Fabian movement, which itself is, you see, rooted in some in earlier forms of conspiracy. And this took the name from the general Fabians because Fabian, his campaign of strategy in the battle was very, very gradual, very slow strategy over time. It's also referred to as the war of attrition, meaning don't attack head on. Don't let your enemy know that you're coming after them. So work very gradually and very slowly, you know, towards the goal. This is what common purpose is also a tentacle of. Is this slow, gradual movement, imperceptible to ordinary people who have no time. People are maxed out, they're worked to death, they have no attention span anymore, and not only that, but they're overstimulated, if anything.
Are you sure?
That's right. And scientists have understood that when the brain is, you know, overstimulated with content, it freezes, it can't think anymore.
And one evening I got a call, and a man said, "I've got a friend who'd like to talk to you." He said, "What do you think the problem is?" And I said, "I don't know." And he then said to me, "I think the problem's common purpose." And I said, "What's that?" And he said, "Well, it's an organisation." And I said, "Would you tell me about it?" And he said, "I'd rather not." And I thought, what is this? Because it was talking about future leaders in society, and I'd never heard of it.
The view from your office window seldom changes. If we want our leaders to see the bigger picture, they have to go out and see the world through other people's eyes.
So from that point on, we started to dig.
Someone wants to find partnership as the suppression of loathing in pursuit of funding. Common purpose sees it as the catalyst for dramatic social change.
There's a real movement when you say, well, what is that common purpose? And that common purpose is a new form of government, and it certainly is not democratic. And the control will be formed by common purpose chosen leaders. So you are not going to be voting for your local councillor. The person who's going to be running you is going to be an elitist common purpose leader. I believe this. As an ex-military person, we are heading towards a vicious police state. And at the moment, we know that our politicians are not working for us. We certainly know the House of Lords is not working for us because they are working for profit. And we need to do something to stop the slide into a police state.
Gentlemen, there comes a time in the evolution of a perfect colony when the strong are meant to rise above the weak. Now is that time. Below us right now, the weak elements of the colony are being washed away.
Oh my God, we're not gonna make it. We need more ants.
You two better get up there.
Weaver, you can't hold it alone.
Get going.
Hang in there, buddy. Got it. Hurry up. Go, 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 go.
Our princess is secured, and our glorious future is at hand. We can all stand proud. It is time for a new beginning. What the hell is that?
I think that's the weak element, sir.
Give me a hand.
See, you? Let go! Don't you understand? It's for the good of the colony.
What are you saying? We are the colony.
Cutter! What are you doing?
Something I should have done a long time ago. This is for the good of the colony, sir.
You useless, ungrateful maggot! I am the commandant.
Oh, look out!
Sun in the sky. You know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by.
Get these ants up here.
You know how I feel. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life for me. And I'm feeling